So how do we go about cleaning a dirty tank?
Well, if your tank gets into this state, first things first, we use a gravel cleaner to clean the algae off the front. On gravel cleaners, we have a soft side and a rough side. The rough side goes inside the tank, and there you go. And we just move it over, and as you can see, the algae is moved. Most magnet cleaners will float, so just leave it off. There it goes. Make sure there's no fish in there. The next thing we need to do is use a gravel cleaner. Oops. This is a gravel cleaner, and we started off just by a siphon action. So what we do, we fill the gravel cleaner up, make sure there's no air in there, and put your finger on the end. Put it into the bucket, and the siphon starts. And then put the gravel back into the gravel. Make sure if you can see the muck it's pulling up. There we go. We don't want to be taking too much of this muck out, because a lot of it is good bacteria, and it acts as a compost heap which breaks down all the muck what the fish are producing. So we tend to take out around about clean half the gravel, and we do this probably once every 3 or 4 weeks. There we go. Not sure if you can see the difference in the water there. Now, by removing that, because it is a fertiliser, it feeds the algae. So the algae grows, so if we don't move it, we'll get lots of algae. So we do need to do it at least once a month. We can also cut down on algae by cutting the light time down. Algae needs light to grow. Now the light, unless you're having real plants, the light is for our benefit, not the fish's. So simply by having the light on at night rather than all day will also help cut down on algae. When we're doing this, these tanks are automatically filled, but in a normal tank we would take out around about 25% of the water. We would then top the water back up using a dechlorinating, and no need to warm it, it should be fine so long as we don't go above 20%. Right, so this is the dechlorinator we've used. Why we use dechlorinator, we use it for 2 things. It puts a protective lining on the fish's gills, so the chloride, which is a bleach, doesn't burn their gills. But more importantly, tap water straight out the tap with a lot of chloride in will kill filter bacteria, and that's the thing we need to preserve. So by putting in Aquasafe, that does serve that purpose. Another thing we can put in there is Algae Clear, and what that does, that helps keep nitrates under control. Nitrates feed algae, and the algae needs the nitrates to feed. So by putting Algae Clear in your filter, works out really well. One of the a lot of people we don't need to clean our tank. My tank's been perfect for the last 6 months and we've never cleaned it. and then you come along and you buy a fish and you put a fish in there, and that fish will get disease and pass on disease to the other fish. And commonly then the customer will come back saying, I've put the fish in my tank and it's died and I've had no problems for 6 months. The reason for that is because the nitrates have not been removed. The nitrates are really high in your tank, and the fish have got used to it. And then you put a fish in which is not used to nitrate, and that fish then will get disease and die and pass disease on to the other fish. So it's very important that we do at least a 20% water change once a month. You can do smaller changes more frequently if you want to.